Hello and welcome to my channel where we may be dazed, but we are not confused. We are going to do a listening to shells reading for the sign of Capricorn. So what we're going to do is look at 3 different images of seashells, and then once you pick the one that resonates with you the most, you can go down to the timestamp and find the time that corresponds with the video that you would like to watch. All right, I'll see you once you make your decision. All right, Capricorn. Seashell number 1. At the root of your message is this sense of feeling like you need to be defensive against some type of destructive behavior, either being directed at you, or this could be some type of self-sabotaging, destructive behavior that you may be exhibiting towards yourself. All right. I feel like you could have been struggling with this for like maybe the past 9 months or maybe the 9 years. Maybe, or what also I'm saying is maybe it's been the past 8 years. 8 has been very central to a lot of the readings I'm getting. It's like I'm picking up very heavy 8 energy, like a period of 8 years here. But I feel like you could have been fighting this for 8 years, and then this year is the year that you decided to really try to fight back against this. It could be an addiction of some sort I'm picking up, and you may not have been aware that your behaviors were kind of devolving into this, and just some different events and circumstances this year specifically caused you to have to look at this with a new set of eyes, like a fresh perspective. I'm picking up a lot of blindfold energy, so you may have, just been blind to what was going on. I feel like it was because your environment was filled with people who might have been kind of feeding into this. If this was an addiction, you had people around you who were, they knew you had a problem and they were feeding this to you. They might have been supplying whatever it was that was causing you to exhibit this kind of behavior, because, just honestly, maybe it was benefiting them in some way for you to be blinded. I feel like you had some people in your environment who really tried to help you. I feel like there were some people who tried to do an intervention. They tried to, bring some light to the situation and offer you some type of difference in perspective so that you could fight this. But I feel like because you may have had some, this blinding energy where you couldn't see it because your situation just prevented you from being able to do that. And that's typical with addiction. You couldn't see it for that. But I do feel like whoever this person was, like they were like a titan, like they really just came in and they really put their foot down, and they fought hard to try to help you and bring positivity to the situation. I feel like this person really, I'm picking up like this person may have even had a little bit of a savior complex, and they felt like it was their job to right the wrongs of the world, and that may have backfired some. And that you may have even been defensive against them because you felt like this person was being controlling, but they really just had your best interest at heart. Like they really wanted to see you be better because you may have been ill, mentally and physically. And this person just is like, I'm picking up like a sunshine and rainbows kind of person. Like they really feel like they have the power to change the world and make any situation into good. And I think that's a powerful thing to have. Whether or not we can actually bring that to fruition, it's just the belief that you could do that, and really having that space in your heart to make that kind of difference in the world is what we need more of. And I think that it was a beautiful exchange that this person gave you. even if you were not able to see it. And of course, this could go vice versa. All right. So the message that's coming from your shell specifically about this situation is that it's time for you to answer the call. All right. The time is now. I feel like you are at a space, like I said, where, this year you made the decision to finally take heed to what some of the people that care the most about you have been saying. This intervention that people have been trying to set for you, I feel like you finally answered it, and you've been taking action to really, take back a leadership role in your own life. If you're a masculine energy, this could be you taking back that masculine patriarchal role in your relationships, or if you're the head of a household, trying to take that seat back, because it's very difficult to do that when you're under the influence of different types of addictions. And these addictions could be anything. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be sexual addictions, it could be gambling, lots of different things here. But I feel like, you are answering the call to get some help. I feel like you may have entered rehab or just gone to some type of, therapeutic group or association to get some help with these issues, okay? It's important also for you to spend time in nature, all right? I feel like this person that was very, much like standing up to you in this energy that you were in is very much like a nature person, likes to be out in like around animals and plants and things. And the reason I think that's important is because it helps to ground us in a version of reality that's more in alignment with what's going on with the energies on the planet. I feel like you may have been ungrounded, and that's why it was so easy for you to get lost into addiction. I'm just seeing very dark, smoggy, pollution, like corruption energy associated with that. Also, aligned with blindness, not being able to see clearly. Whereas this other person had like rainbow energy that they were working with here and trying to fight that back. So it's important for you to connect yourself to nature. All right. Because when we can connect ourselves with those energy, then we don't have to depend on other people to come in and help us or save us, because we can root ourselves into that energy and it naturally will align and start to correct itself. All right. Just the energy systems in our body just will line up in a different kind of way, and they will start to reflect an energy of abundance and just a higher vibration, whereas being surrounded by toxicity, negativity, like I said earlier, if it's people that were feeding your addiction and trying to keep you addicted, clearly that's not going to be helpful. That's going to get you ungrounded and keep you blind, because first of all, your brain's not going to be able to see or think clearly because you're under the influence. So I think that these are all things that are going to be very important for you. The Sacred Rebels card that you have is what is already with you. So I'm picking up like there may have just been this sense of like you didn't have enough, and you may have even been trying to seek out the affirmation of other people, the validations of others, and by trying to get people who clearly don't have your best interest at heart to validate you and putting yourself into this harmful state in order to get that, it kind of backfired. So I feel like what you've been recognizing through your rehabilitation process is that you already have all that you need. It's already within you. And rooting yourself and grounding yourself in these earth and nature energies will help to bring that out even more in a healthier way. So I'm going to read the message for this card here. Hug yourself by wrapping your arms around your body. Can you summon love for yourself? Feel what comes up for you with this. Do you think it is silly and resist it? Can you soften and melt into it? Feel love for yourself. You are as deserving of love as anyone. Can you accept this love from yourself now? Feel your heartbeat in your chest and the flow of your breath. You are alive. You are connected to life, and you can trust in yourself, your own mind, your own body, your own breath. Just be with yourself and know that all is going to be okay. Reassure yourself that letting go of the past is as natural as the passing of the seasons of life. When you are ready, stand up, Open your arms wide and hold them above your head for a moment. Imagine your heart and hands are open and shining out the beautiful light that is within you. Imagine the universe receiving it and saying yes to you. If you are feeling cheeky and ready, send a big yes back to the universe and laugh. That is all. That is enough. You are enough. So be it. And the Peace Oracle card that I have for you is Truth. All right. So I feel like you are coming into a space of seeing the truth of your personal experience. A quiet conscience makes one strong. Anne Frank. You are forever coming to a truer, more authentic understanding of who you are. As you work through the veils of awareness, the beauty you find may surprise you. Confusion becomes simplicity. Doubt makes way for certainty. When you find peace in yourself, you find peace in the world. Being honest with yourself is a process, and it isn't always easy. A heartfelt realization over a misunderstanding can lead to harmony. There is no one to blame. Rejoice that the veil has lifted. I come to myself with compassion and love. It is safe to reveal who I am. My fears are welcome here. They cannot control me. My hurts are welcome here. They can never haunt me. My truth is welcome here. It is strong and enduring. Every day, I discover peace and power in who I am. All right. That's the message for seashell number 1. If this is your last video, I may see you in the future. If not, I will see you on the next video. All right, seashell number 2 for the sign of Capricorn. At the root of your message here, we have a situation where you may be deciding to work with a group of individuals at a job, maybe for a project, or, maybe it's just some type of skill that you have and you're deciding that you want to come together with people that have similar interest and develop something and just make it work for fun. All right. I feel like this might be 2 individuals that are already working together and you would be the third person. This could be a spiritual pursuit, possibly also religious as well. For some people I'm picking up, it might even be a coven that you're coming into and working along with. Some people that are like-minded and wanting, I'm seeing this as being a high vibrational thing and something maybe nature-based and trying to raise the vibration of yourselves and project that into the world, coming together with this to maybe come into a business venture. I'm also seeing possible eco-villages, some type of travel opportunity with this group, something about maybe sending out messages. It could also be music based. Okay. Refurbishing. I feel like this could also be refurbishing homes, doing builds. All right. So you're in a situation where you have an opportunity to work with a group of other people. And I feel like there is just a sense of, I feel like you may have been going through some tough times prior to this, maybe trying to do this on your own and you were struggling to do that. And because you were struggling to do this, you are having to join forces with other people. And it may not be comfortable for you, okay? I'm picking up that this might be something that just kind of, you're afraid that it will eclipse your own soul, like because this is like almost a spiritual pursuit, and maybe not overtly a spiritual. I feel like it could just be like, these are like soul passions and something that was very close to your heart, and you found, two other people that also feel that this same thing is very close to their heart. And it's just that sense of having to share that with these individuals and not be sure if they're going to betray you, if they're going to be true to it. I'm picking up like, what is it called? I think it's called founders syndrome or something. And it's like where somebody starts like a project or a foundation and they struggle with releasing any duties or responsibilities to anybody else because they're afraid that, the people won't be true to it because they're so passionate about it and it's so personal to them. They don't want to release those reins in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And so I feel like there may have been some of that energy that you've been struggling with as you decide to try to move forward with these people. So the message that I'm picking up here about this is that, this is a part of redirecting your energy after being blocked in other ways. So like I said before, you may have been trying to do this on your own and you kept coming up against like obstacle after obstacle. Maybe you needed loans to do stuff and you couldn't get it. Maybe you needed, opportunities to break into certain avenues and you weren't able to get it. And so after working so hard, storing up all this information and, it's like you were trying to get some type of harvest and it wasn't coming in. You had this opportunity to work with other people who may also have had a similar situation. Or maybe they heard about you or they were researching and they saw what you were doing when you were out trying to promote this. And because they saw what you were doing, it made them want to bring you in on what they were doing. And that might be some of the this pause and reflection that you're doing about, can I trust these people? Because they sought you out and they made an offer to you, and because you were already working, you were already doing whatever it was that you were doing, and they saw you and they can kind of see a higher picture of it. Maybe they have some experience and they've been working together, for a while, and they can see how the work that you're doing can benefit what they're doing in many different ways. And so that's why it's difficult for you to kind of, just go with the flow. But you were being blocked before, and this is kind of like a way for you to possibly find a way over this obstacle and make it work. All right. So it would be important to, I think, to take care of your physical health, make sure that you're eating healthily, and that you try to recharge yourself, because I feel like you might have been drained and just exhausted from putting all this work and effort into this thing and it never really working out for you by yourself. And now here comes these people and they have all this fresh, enthusiastic energy and you're drained. And I feel like you might even be kind of like pessimistic about it. You might be feeling like they're trying to con you or scam you because they're so excited about it. It feels like they're leading you on, because every time you did it, it didn't work. And now here comes these individuals that think they just are so, they know everything. It's just going to work out. And you're not sure if it's going to work. But I feel like that's because you're still drained and needing to heal and just recharge yourself from all the effort that you put into this prior to them coming into the picture. Working solo and having to, grind like that is hard, and I feel like it's taking a toll. But don't allow that to block you from the blessing of possibly having a chance to do something great and actually see your dreams come to fulfillment. Even if you have to share it with 2 other people, I feel like it'll be 3 times as great because you are working with others. All right. All right, so I'm hearing like where 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I am also. So that's going to apply to somebody. Okay. So the card that I have for you from the Sacred Rebels is After the Storm. So I feel like, this could be a nice, peaceful manifestation of something that you've worked on really, really hard and kind of gone through the storms of life to bring into this process. So let's see what the message is for you. Okay. It says, storms so wild, storms of grace. I call your blessing into my heart now. May I release and let go. May I be revitalized and grow. I open up my heart to you now. Storms of grace, I stand my ground as I allow your magic to cleanse and surround. Any outgrown energy which I no longer need, anything which will sap or deplete rather than feed. Storms of grace, merciful earth, with your help, I experience rebirth. All right. When you have completed this declaration, simply place your hands in prayer at your heart and close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in and out and be aware of yourself, what you feel, and what is happening in your body, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Say, through divine creative genius, this is now so. Okay. And the Peace Oracle card that I have for you is Heart Space. So, like we were saying, I feel like this is so central and important to your heart because this is a dream in your heart. I'm hearing the song of Cinderella, a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. I feel like this is something that you've been wishing for and you're not sure if you could trust it, but let's see what the message says, okay? It says, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Helen Keller. A small flame of the divine is alive in your heart, longing to reconnect to the greater self. Honor this calling and be guided home to love, truth, and brilliance. Follow this path back to you. Step into your heart, cherish that space, and walk out in peace. No one knows you better than you do. The person who knows what is best for you right now is you. You know who you are in your dreams. Pursue greatness. My heart is my home. It is the hearth of my soul. My heart is my comfort, my warmth, my strength, and my courage. My heart knows me and drives me to be all that I am. I know what is best for me. All right. So that is the message I have for you for seashell number 2. If this is your last video, I may see you in the future. If not, I will see you on the next video. All right, this is seashell number 3 for the sign of Capricorn. So at the root of your message here is this sense of wanting to follow your passion, but being afraid that you are going to end up poor and without, that you're going to have to give up some type of financial security and stability in order to follow the thing that makes you feel alive. This could be like an artistic pursuit. I'm picking up, this could be somebody who wants to be an actor, someone who wants to be a musician, maybe a writer. This is just, it's a dream that somebody has that they feel like they're not going to be able to sustain financially, or that they're going to lose something in order to do this. I'm also picking up strongly that this could also be a relationship of some sort. I'm picking up that it could be male or female. It could go either way, but it's somebody that is wants to make a decision to be in a relationship with someone that they're passionate about, that makes them happy, but they are concerned about the finances involved. I feel like it could be that they would lose money from like a family, maybe this person has some type of setup that if they were to leave and be with this person, it would cut them off of some type of financial security. It could be a trust or a will or something that this person is concerned about losing, but they're also equally concerned about losing this person. And they're almost willing to be poor and lose all of the material abundance or those types of things in order to follow this person. Um, However, it's just a struggle because they do need things, you need to have money. You need to have things in order to survive. I'm not sure, not picking up why it is that this person would go without by following this person. But I do pick up that whatever this passion is, whether it's a relationship, whether it's an artistic or creative pursuit, that this is the higher thing to follow. It's the thing that leads to spiritual development. It's the thing that's most in alignment with the growth of this person's soul. And it's what their soul wants. They're just being hindered by the material in the 3D that we live in, all right? So the messages specifically for this situation is that it's important for you to follow your bliss, all right? So it's like you may be into astrology, and you might have looked at the charts of yourself and this person, and everything aligns with you going in this direction. You may be getting intuitive hits, and all of that is telling you that you need to go in this direction, but you might be like holding back from it. I'm also picking up that there could be someone in the background. This could be a friend, a family member, or it could even be an existing lover that is kind of, in the background, maybe being the person that would push you into this state of being what you would perceive as poor. So that might be the answer to that, is because you have someone that's judging this decision and saying that it's not good enough, or that it's not something that they think is ideal. And so because of that, they would push you to the point where you would have to be poor in order to follow that. And so that's the test for you, all right, about how much you really actually want that. It's important also for you to take a divinely guided chance. I feel like you're already looking into that and feeling like that's what you're being led to do. I feel like you might have guides or ancestors or just whatever it is that you believe in that's kind of leading you in that direction, whispering to you, making you feel as if this is where you need to go, because it is the desire of your heart. It is what you want. But it's difficult because you're leaving familiar territory and you're really going into, a terrain that's going to actually cost you something to do. I feel like if this was something where you could just do it and you didn't have to lose so much, you would have been gone, you would have done it already. But as with these types of things, as we all know, when we're in situations like this where you can really lose a lot, it's very easy to like not do it. And I'd say that probably like 8 times out of 10, maybe even closer to 9 times out of 10, people don't take these directions because the fear of not having and the material is so palpable and so real that most people say that they're going to make a head over heart decision and do the opposite. I feel like we're in a time where so many people have made that decision, and we're being kind of judged and forced to look at ourselves for making these decisions throughout our lives, with being kind of put to a standstill and a halt and having to see, okay, everything stopped. Am I where I want it to be? Am I doing the things that I need it to be doing? And I feel like there's just a lot of energy going on right now where people are really asking themselves if they're doing what it is that they really wanted to do. If you have to stop in what you're doing and you're not on the merry-go-round of life and just go, 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 going, are you happy with where you are? Would you do something different? If you would do something different, what would you do differently? All right, so I feel like that's something that you're kind of doing some deep introspection about currently right now. All right, so the card that I have for you from the Secret Rebels is Inner Trust. Okay, I feel like you're just trying to figure out if you can trust yourself. And you know what you want, but you're not sure if you're going to be able to take on the consequences that come along with that as well. So the message for you is, I trust in the love of my heart. I trust in my instincts. I trust in the flow of life. I trust myself. I trust in my higher self. I trust in life. When I don't know, my higher self does know. I am guided by the wise voice of my higher self within my heart. I trust myself and I allow myself to be guided in all things by the wise, instinctive knowing within. I am not afraid to be seen. I unveil myself from my hiding places, and step by step, I show myself with all my unique beauty to the world. I am seen and I am received with love by myself and by others. I am worthy. Okay. And the Peace Oracle card that I have for you is Earth Angel. So let's read and see the message for that. Peace be to the east. Peace be to the west. Peace be to the north. Peace be to the south. Peace be above. Peace be below. Peace be to all creatures of this universe. Peace be everywhere. Om Shanti Om. All right, and this is by Sri Swami Sivananda. This beautiful angel is here to assure you that peace is possible. It is the only reasonable outcome for an evolved humanity. This angel knows peace, not as the absence of conflict, but as perpetual respect and harmony between all living beings. Peace is in your grasp. Hold it close to your heart. Be wary of agreeing to something because you are too tired to keep petitioning. The loudest voices rarely pitch the grandest views. Hold out for a resolution that meets everyone's needs. Peace is perpetual. Truth is tireless. Peace is my pillar. Truth is my strength. I am guided not by today, but by eternity. The harmony I create is for all time. I am emboldened by compassion and respect. I am committed to peace. All right, so that is the message I have for seashell number 3. If this is your last video, then I will see you in the future. If not, then I will see you soon on the next video.